Today's show is brought to you by City Theater. If you're a Jane Austen fan, or maybe just really into Bridgerton or Downton Abbey, and you're looking to get into the holiday spirit, you've got to check out this new show based on the classic novel Pride and Prejudice. It's called The Wickhams, Christmas at Pemberley. It opens November 30th at City Theater on the South Side, and the whole show focuses on the house staff's scandals during an impromptu, unwelcome, middle-of-the-night visit to the Darcy family home by none other than the dastardly Mr. Wickham. You can catch this story all about the season of forgiveness at City Theater through December 22nd. Get your tickets at citytheatercompany.org and use the code CityCast for $5 off your order. Today on CityCast Pittsburgh, winter is upon us, and so is the mad dash of the holidays. So whether you're looking for trains and twinkly lights, DIY seasonal decor, or 200 life-size nutcrackers, or maybe you just need to vent about your family for a minute, we have got you covered with a ton of great events, perfect bites, and stunning performances to help you make the most of Pittsburgh this December. It's Monday, December 2nd. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. I'm with CityCast producer Sophia Lowe. Good morning.
Good morning, Megan.
And happy December.
Woo, happy December. End of the year.
End of the year. We're going to be talking about all the things we love about Pittsburgh in December, the stuff you should go check out, the stuff you should eat. But if you are feeling super inspired by the work we do here at CityCast Pittsburgh, you can also become a member of CityCast.
Yes, we super appreciate any extra support y'all want to give us. And it comes with a ton of great perks, too. The biggest one, ad-free listening. So you get more content, less ads.
Always nice. So if you need any good end of year gift ideas for the CityCast lover in your life,
totally,
please consider us. You can find all that information at membership.citycast.fm/Pittsburgh. And we are joined for our guide to December this year by Mr. Christmas himself, Bobby Cherry. Welcome.
Well, hi, welcome. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Bobby runs the website It's Christmas365.com, where he celebrates the holiday season every day of the year. But Bobby, you really came dressed for the occasion today. You're wearing your Steel City Christmas shirt. The Christmas tree is up in the background. You did take the Santa hat off before we started recording, but I am so sure it's hot and with the headphones and all that.
Yeah, I did. Exactly.
I'm impressed you showed up with that much holiday spirit.
That's me all the time. So.
I know. But like, especially inside your own home wearing a hat, I could never.
Christmas 365 around here. Well, let's jump in. What are y'all most looking forward to this month?
I mean, for me, one of my newer favorites is getting out of the city and county and driving just a little bit to Steubenville, Ohio.
I can't believe you're taking us out of the city right away. Trips first.
Exactly. Holiday day trips. You got to do it. We've all been to all the things in Pittsburgh, so why not see what's nearby? The Steubenville Nutcracker Village has... I cannot explain how great this is. There's 200 plus life-size nutcrackers.
What is a life-size nutcracker?
Yeah.
A life-size nutcracker is like a 5 or 6 foot tall nutcracker, like literally as tall as me.
So bigger than a person. That's person size.
I mean, that's life-size, right?
I guess.
I don't think of nutcrackers as being, the holders of life. So yeah.
Listen, these aren't your tabletop nutcrackers, okay?
They're special nutcrackers.
They're special. They are hand carved. They are hand painted.
Ooh.
They are made they are made to celebrate sports figures and celebrities and like.
Are they like modeled after people then, or are they just like dressed up in the jersey?
All of the above. Some are modeled after people. There are Wizard of Oz characters. There's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer characters. There's Snoopy and Charlie Brown.
Yes.
There's all sorts of so many cool nutcrackers to look at. There's literally more than 200 of them across several blocks in downtown Steubenville. It is such a great, fun activity that I love going to see.
I'm curious how this compares to the big life-sized Santa Clauses that we have at PPG Place. Sophia and I actually were walking through there the other day, and I was surprised that Sophia had never seen them.
I've only been here for 2 holiday seasons so far.
True.
I mean, but that first holiday season, you got to go see the giant Santa Clauses. So those are great to see. I think there's about a dozen of them.
Yeah, there's not nearly as many. Santa Clauses from around the world, like different cultural traditions.
Yeah, so I mean, that's of course a bucket list Christmas item for Pittsburgh. But I mean, come on, the Steubenville Nutcracker Village 200 6-foot tall nutcrackers has to be added to your Christmas bucket list.
So what about you, Megan? What are you doing this month?
I am really excited about all of the holiday markets. One of my love languages is like aggressively thoughtful gift giving. And there's just so many to choose from this time of year. I really recommend, if you're looking for inspiration, to check out our website, pittsburgh.citycast.fm. Our Hey Pittsburgh newsletter editor, Francesca DeBecco, has rounded up dozens of them. And there's a lot of great things to check out. But I think the one that I'm excited to introduce my family to this year is the train sets, the holiday train sets that we have here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So there's a couple options. There's the Carnegie Science Center, and they have that huge train set that has all these like geographical icons of Pittsburgh. Bobby, I know you've been so many times.
Oh, yes. Every year.
Do you have any favorite spots on that train set?
The Kaufman's Clock and Forbes Field.
The clock is pretty new. The field's been there a while.
Yeah. Oh, and Perminis. I could just keep going.
And then the other one, it's actually a museum that's only open 2 days a year. So it's the Train Museum inside the house on the Allegheny West home tour. It's where it culminates. So it's at the very end. John DeSantis was this fella that was really devoted to historical preservation in the city of Pittsburgh. He has since passed, but his home is still on the Allegheny West home tour. Now, the tour itself is sold out, but the Train Museum that is in his home is a separate ticket. It's $25, and it is so cool. First of all, you get to see his house because you have to walk into it to go to the 3rd and 4th and 5th floors. It's one of the largest private collections of train stuff in the world.
I didn't realize it was one of the largest.
Yeah, it's just enormous.
Okay, got to put that on my list too. Bobby's going to be shaming me at the end of this because I'm just going to keep saying, I need to do this. I need to do this. Haven't done that yet.
I mean, part of our guide to December is giving Sophia something to like put on the calendar for the rest of the month. So,
Megan, I never knew this event existed, so I need to check this out.
Oh, it's really good. It's coming up soon. Look for it December 6th and 7th, that Friday and Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. I will be thinking about making lots of holiday decor. If you're into wreaths, garlands, I want to put up some green stuff as we get into the gray season. There are a bunch of different wreath and garland workshops at Armful of Flowers. That's in Mount Washington. You know, if you're a beginner, they've got a workshop. If you have some experience with wreath making, they have like an intermediate workshop. And then on December 12th, they have a solstice garland workshop. So not necessarily all Christmas centered. And then there's also one at Tree Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, I'm actually going to the Tree Pittsburgh one. So if you decide to go, look out for me there. Say hello. That one's going to be December 4th. They're working with Green Center, the folks in Lawrenceville that do all the like really epic catering. But it's to benefit Tree Pittsburgh and the work that they do.
And I think that one you're going to also has like snacks and drinks, right?
That's true. We love a snack situation.
And then Workshop PGH has a candle decorating class. If that's more of your jam, that's on December 22nd. This looks really cool because I feel like a lot of the make your own candle things are like very scent based, which is fun. But this one is like painting candles. So you've got like the long tapered ones, and you can also make candle holders. But I did not realize that you could like paint on wax. So very excited to see what people make for that. And then if you want to make something for your pets, they're also doing like pet workshop on December 8th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it's like tags for their collars or ornaments or pet toys. You will not see me there because my cat likes trash, but very cool for like fancier pets.
I mean, listen, if my dogs would wear a collar like that, I would certainly be at that event, but I don't think they would.
I'm surprised your pets don't have like matching Christmas pajamas at this point. I'm going to throw out light shows. I think those are always a really fun activity here in Pittsburgh. Next, Pittsburgh actually had a really great roundup. But just to throw out some favorites, Ogle Bay in West Virginia. Bobby, have you been to that one?
I have been there so many times. I love Ogleby. It's such a great
Is it
great
Ogleby?
show.
Okay. That already is a little bit of an education.
The Yinzer in me says Ogleby, and that's all I've heard growing up. So that's what I go with.
Seems fine. It's enormous. So it's 6 miles total. They have like a suggested donation per vehicle. And that's one that you stay in your car the whole time. There's also a much smaller driving tour in Clinton, Pennsylvania, and then a walking tour in Freedom, Pennsylvania. So I'm going to try to hit up as many of those as possible. And then, of course, there's a ton of classics like you can go to, like Kennywood, our Botanic Gardens, Phipps, the zoo. Sophia, you and I were just talking off mic about the Carnegie Tree installation over at the Art Museum.
Yeah, I saw them this weekend. They've got a bunch of different ones, like a Steelers one with like the Eaton Park smiley face cookies, and the one from Phipps was really cool. That one's like very ocean themed. A lot of the stuff I think is still made out of like plant material and stuff.
Very cool. And then I'm also kind of excited maybe to check out mini golf. I've been like trying to get into a little bit of golf, and Fun for All, the spot up north around the Cranberry area. They apparently do a really great like holiday light show at their mini golf course. I want to see it.
They sure do. It's awesome. You have to get to it.
Bobby, what about you? What are you excited about?
So, for me, all those events sound great, and I love going to all of them. But sometimes I just like to, maybe after those events, just chilling and driving around, looking at neighborhood Christmas lights, like the Clark Griswolds of the Pittsburgh area. And a couple that come to mind, there's a house in Ambridge on Maplewood Avenue. They put up more than 20,000 Christmas lights. And neighbors are getting involved on one house in Ambridge, where the houses are all very close to one another.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. You can see it from like a couple blocks away. I love it. And then not far from there in Chippewa Township, Beaver County, several neighbors display inflatable giant Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Clarice inflatables. And in the Carnegie Scott area, there are 2 really cool spots. On Forsyth Road, there's a house that is like wall-to-wall Christmas lights synced to music. And then literally just around the corner, the St. Simon and Jude church in Scott on Green Tree Road has this display where you pull in the driveway in the parking lot, and you can sit there for like 20 minutes and watch this light show that is synced to music. I love it. I will literally sit there for like 20 minutes and then like the next night be like, well, I'm bored. I'm going to go back and watch it again. I'm not even kidding. I love it so much.
That's incredible. One more I'll actually throw out there too that is new to me. I think it's been going on for a few years. Is Allegheny County does a holiday laser show in North Park. So that's going on a bunch of nights. It's December 6th through 23rd, $30 a vehicle, and it's a 40-minute runtime. So another one of those, Bobby, where you can just pull up the car and watch as long as you want.
And think about all the homes near North Park that are probably decorated that you could drive around and check out too.
That's true. They're fancy up there. Today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're a magic maker like me, the person in your crew responsible for the parties and the menus and keeping the whole squad on theme and on time, the holidays can be so much fun, but they can also kind of run you down. Therapy can be a great way to bring yourself some comfort. Maybe you want to learn how to set some boundaries with your friends and family this time of year, or maybe you're working on coping skills for when you get overwhelmed. Therapy can empower you to be the best version of yourself in any situation. If you're thinking of making a change, BetterHelp wants to be there for you. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/CityCast today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/CityCast. Today's show is sponsored by Autism Pittsburgh. Founded in 1967, Autism Pittsburgh provides resources and referrals for autism support services, diagnoses, organizations, therapists, and more. And they're especially devoted to bringing our local autism community together through concerts, caregiver and parent support groups, and summer camps. They even have a 21-plus golf program. Autism Pittsburgh has a long history of helping folks and families with a loved one on the spectrum. They were actually one of the founding members of the Autism Society of America. And even though they recently changed their name, their commitment to building strong connections, spreading awareness here in the Steel City, and all important advocacy work, that all remains the same. Because everyone deserves a fun, compassionate community where no one feels alone. To donate and learn more about Autism Pittsburgh, visit autismpittsburgh.org. So let's move on to some food and drink recommendations. What are y'all most looking forward to eating and drinking this month?
I mean, there's a great milkshake at Kennywood Park this year that has a giant donut on the top of it. So think of like a traditional milkshake with like peppermint and sprinkles and all sorts of fun stuff, and then a giant donut sitting on top of it with a candy cane in it. Like,
that's too much. I like my milkshakes. Like, I don't want anything on top of my milkshake. Will probably enjoy it without the donut. I just don't know what to do. Are you supposed to eat the donut first and then drink the milkshake? Do both? Like, I don't...
Listen, after I try it, I'll let you know, because it's definitely like a Buddy the Elf kind of, menu item there that I cannot wait to check out at Kennywood.
It kind of reminds me of like the way Pittsburghers will make a Bloody Mary, where they just pile as much stuff on top of it as possible. So it's sort of its own separate snack in addition to the beverage.
That doesn't appeal to me either. Like those places that have a burger on top of a Bloody Mary. Like, what?
Well, Sophia, how would you like to have your treats this holiday season?
This December, I am gearing up for the Lawrenceville Cookie Tour. That's going to be on December 14th and 15th. Obviously, as the name suggests, it's in Lawrenceville. It's 12 to 5 p.m. both of those days. This is my freaking Super Bowl. I go so hard. I am like out the door at noon. I have a backpack with a bunch of empty Tupperware so I can like stuff all the cookies in there. Also, that's socially acceptable. Everyone can bring their Tupperware because there are so many businesses participating. Like, I feel like usually upwards of 50. The list hasn't been released yet, but there's just so many, you cannot possibly eat that many cookies.
I feel like I've heard about this tour for years. I've never been. I mean, do you take like one cookie per business? Like what's the protocol for it? What's polite?
Yeah, I would say like maybe like one or two. I would kind of gauge what their spread is like, because some of them do like make multiple cookies. In that case, like I think taking a couple is okay. I wouldn't be a hog and like take a ton of them. There's just so many businesses to go to anyway. You are going to have cookies for days.
So I feel like I need to go on this tour with you, because it sounds like you would enjoy it the same way I would.
Good. Yeah, I would love to see you there. There's also like a trolley available, so you don't need to walk the whole thing. This is taking place mostly on Butler. There's usually a few businesses on Penn too, and some of like the side streets. And then, like I said, they'll usually release a map closer to the day of the event. But if you can't find it, you can also look for businesses that have a little gingerbread man cutout on the door. And also, obviously, people are going in and out of these businesses for the cookies. It's very easy to see who's participating. My shortlist based on last year, Ineffable, they had so many varieties of cookies, like probably close to 10-ish. So I think that place is a place you could definitely take a couple cookies. Chantal's also does super unique cookies. They put like their cheese in the cookies. So that's really fun. And then Driftwood Oven just does this like pretty classic red and green sprinkle confetti cookie. At least that's what I believe they did last year. It's so good. So I hope they're bringing it back. And if you aren't sold by all of these yummy, yummy cookies, the best part is that it is free. So I hope that convinces you to go. It is like truly one of my favorite events all year in this city.
Well, I will keep it in the neighborhood. I would recommend this month checking out Morcia if you have not yet. They're kind of near the Doughboy statue there at the bottom of Lower Lawrenceville. They were recently named one of Open Table's top 100 restaurants in America.
Congrats.
Right. So if you haven't been, Spanish tapas, like really, really good gin program. I am not a gin person, but I will drink a gin and tonic at this restaurant. They have somewhat heavy, but like really delicious food, totally made for sharing. And I'm also seeing for the first time, looking this up today, that they have a catering menu. So if you are hosting a holiday party coming up, you can get those like fancy olives and all the Serrano ham to go for your party. Looks really good.
Their meat slicer is intense. You can like kind of see it in the restaurant when you're just sitting there. Yeah. I like watching it go.
I like everything about the vibes of this place. Even in the summertime, you can like pull up on a bar stool, but the bar in the winter is just like so classic and cozy and feels very Pittsburgh in the way that you can like be a part of the action, but also have a nice meal.
And after a day of cookies, that sounds like a great meal to have at night.
True. You need something to sop up all the sugar.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get your sweet and then you get your salty. Well, Megan, now that you brought up the bars, we've talked about them in November when they opened around Light Up Night, but there are just so many holiday pop-up bars around the city, especially downtown. But Bobby, I don't know. Do you have any hot takes about holiday pop-up bars? Do you have a favorite?
So I don't have a favorite. I just love walking into any bar that has Christmas everywhere. But I do want to check out this new one in Swickley that opened last week. It's called Swickley Sleigh. And it sounds like it's going to be such a fun place up there in Swickley, and got a lot of nice holiday themed fancy drinks and whatnot. And who can't love a holiday pop-up bar, right?
Yeah, Swickley Sleigh, I think, is one of 18 and counting that we have on our list online right now. So if you need any inspiration going into the next few weeks, definitely check that out. Again, pittsburgh.citycast.fm. So before we go, some fun events, like one-off moments that you definitely want to mark your December calendar for.
So I don't know about you all, but I feel like I could take the top seat at the Holiday Family Drama open mic at Potomac Station Coffee House in Dormont. It's December 5th from 7 to 9 p.m. And it's literally open mic night about all the weirdness and drama that happens when your family comes together during the holiday season. Like,
it sounds
I could
so
do an entire
awkward.
show.
No, I think this is great if it's not your family drama. Like,
Honestly.
It's kind of like hearing other people's gossip. If it doesn't affect me, I'm having a great time.
I mean, if I was there, I would love to hear everyone's... I mean, come on, let's face it. I'd love to hear everyone's political drama with their families. Like,
Oh, no.
I need someone else to, like, commiserate with.
One event that I saw that I just thought looked kind of like, unfortunately, of the moment, my family's definitely been dealing with that this week, is a medicinal syrup workshop that Grow Pittsburgh is doing over there in Wilkinsburg. So like different kinds of like tonics and things that you can make at home to soothe yourself when you don't feel your best this season. That's coming up December 12th, 5:30 to 7 p.m. And only $25 to, make yourself feel a little bit more cozy at home.
If you want to make things, I'll take it over to Oakland. There's a zine workshop at Prototype PGH. That's December 15th from 12 to 2. So if you're just starting out, whatever questions you have, it's a space to be creative, and then it's $10 a person, but no one's turned away for lack of funds. This is something I really want to make it to. I feel like we've put in a lot of like little zine events in the newsletter, but I have not been to one, and I finally need to go to one before the year is up.
What's your zine going to be about, Sophia?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I need to go to the workshop and get some help with my ideas.
Honestly, Bobby, I feel like we know what yours would be about.
What's that?
It might have something to do with the Santa hat you have quietly put back on your head.
I know, right? Came back.
One that I actually do already have tickets for is I always go see usually at least one showing of the Nutcracker every couple of years. And there's so many different versions of it happening in Pittsburgh right now. But this one was a little bit different. It's the hip hop Nutcracker at the Benedum Center. It's December 17th at 7:30. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is the Nutcracker reimagined to hip hop music.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, that sounds so incredible.
And then if you're looking for other versions of the Nutcracker, you can see the Pittsburgh Ballet Theater's version at the Benedum Theater.
The classic.
Yes. And then Confluence Ballet is doing a jazz version at the Kelly Strayhorn Theater. So they're going to be doing that one December 14th and 15th in East Liberty.
And there's usually sensory-friendly versions of all of that, too, if that is more your speed.
And then, we've been talking Christmas a lot, but some other holidays to mark this month. The solstice, the official start of winter on December 21st. It is not actually winter yet, even though it's cold now.
Yeah, it feels like it, but not quite yet. And then Hanukkah, of course, coming up too. The first night of Hanukkah is actually the same night as Christmas Day this year, December 25th. There's a menorah lighting ceremony happening at the corner of Shady and Wilkins this year over there in Squirrel Hill. So that's going to be at 5 p.m. And I've been to that one before. It is just so lovely and nice to kind of gather in community with your neighbors, especially there in that Tree of Life space.
And then the last holiday of the month, New Year's Eve. And one event that looks super cool is a slumber party at the Glitterbox Theater in Homestead. And they mean that very literally. The Eventbrite says the party starts at 8 p.m. on New Year's Eve and runs until 8 a.m. They said that they have enough floor space that if you want to bring a sleeping bag, you can sleep there. It's $30. And if you don't want to sleep there, lots of other stuff to do too, like very classic sleepover stuff, dancing, hair and makeup, nail painting, crafts, video games, a prank phone, karaoke, bonfires, and quote, the world's biggest couch, which is like a huge draw for me. Like, I want to see how big that couch is. I have a monster beanbag. Like, I thought I had the coziest spot in Pittsburgh. Maybe I'm wrong.
Look, I just got delivered a bunch of like old board games from my parents, and I never threw away anything as a kid. So like I still have like working functional like copies of Mall Madness and Dream Phone. I feel like I should just take them over to these folks at Glitterbox and let them have fun with them.
I mean, who doesn't love a 90s slumber party like that,
Right?
And so if you want to get out of the house on New Year's Eve with your family, this is an event that I haven't been to, but I want to go this year. It's the Harmony Sylvester celebration up in Harmony, PA, in historic Harmony. It starts at 3 p.m. and it celebrates New Year's Eve on German time. And so guess what? Fireworks, 6 p.m., because that's when it hits New Year's Eve in Germany. So you could probably hit up Harmony and then head to that Homestead slumber party all on the same day if you really wanted to.
Do New Year's Eve twice.
Yeah, absolutely. In multiple continents.
Oh my gosh. I like multiple continents all within like a half-hour drive. I love that.
Yeah, they have like a 5K and a little 1 mile run. And historic Harmony is just also like really darling too.
It's a cute little town, and the shops are open during this New Year's Eve event. So I would love to check it out this year.
Well, Bobby, happy holidays. I hope you have a wonderful season. I'm sure there's more decor in your future. If folks want to stay in touch, where can they find you?
I am updating my website, itschristmas365.com, almost every day during the holiday season. So please take a look at itschristmas365.com for all sorts of things in Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania and Eastern Ohio. I'm updating all the things happening locally that everybody can get to.
Bobby's on top of it all, no matter where you are. Thank you again so much for sharing some of that wisdom with CityCast.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays.
That's all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. Reminder, you can find our guides to all of the holiday markets and all of those holiday pop-up bars on our website. That's pittsburgh.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Talk to you soon. Wait, is that a Sheetz treat, Bobby?
It's a Sheetz peppermint cold brew coffee.
Always on brand.
Go figure.